Carl here from games, Brrrains and Head-Banging Life. Time for some rock and metal news, and we're beginning with Life of Agony related stuff, where the worldwide pandemic pretty much obviously wiped out the music industry over the past year plus. Lack of large gathering, restrictions, you name it. Brooklyn, New York's Life of Agony used that downtime to put the finishing touches on an upcoming full-length documentary, The Sound of Scars. Yes, you heard that right, documentary. The project actually began 2 years ago by the UK-based director Leah Brooks and was filmed across several countries while Life of Agony were on and off the roads. Explains Brooks, this wasn't a typical music documentary, it's as personal as it gets. I first saw the band live at London Astoria in 1996, and since then Life of Agony has become an absolute go-to when I felt alone and insecure about myself. This film is an intimate portrait that sheds light on the real-life stories that makes their music so vital and relevant. Sentiments many of us can certainly agree on. The Sound of Scars utilises personal archive footage, rare photographs and lost interviews, along with new, never-before-seen conversations with the band and their family members. It tells a story how three friends overcame domestic violence, substance abuse and depression to form one of the most influential bands in its genre. Through the success of the groundbreaking 1993 debut, love this album, River Runs Red, hailed by many, including Rolling Stones as one of the greatest metal albums of all time. They've channeled their cumulative life stories into a soundtrack for a broken generation. At time, that newfound fame allowed them to escape the tragedies of the past, but in the wake of their accomplishments, unforeseen obstacles arose. Says Joey Zampella, we've completely ripped our deepest selves open for this film. The audience and our fan base will completely understand the mold we were broken from and what this journey means to us. The 90-minute film also takes a deep dive into lead vocalist Mina Caputo's gender transition. And says Mina about that, we've never avoided tough conversations and we don't pretend to have all the answers, but this film is a roadmap with many great lessons. It shows a ton of vulnerability, moments of falling downward and others where we rise up strong. Enjoy this gift of imperfection. May you find the tools to be braver with this film. Man, how awesome does this sound? It really, really does. And starting Friday, 16th of April, for a limited 2-week window, Life of Agony fans will get the opportunity to stream a virtual screening of The Sound of Scars Director's Cut, along with other bonus material, including a Q&A discussion with the band and director on the making of the film, moderated by SiriusXM's Liquid Metal host, Sean the Butcher. Tickets are available now for pre-order, and part of the proceeds go to benefit two charity organisations, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline and All Out. We got another quote here from you from Alan Robert, the bass player for Life of Agony. When we first started LOA over 30 years ago, I don't think any of us could have predicted the impact that this band would have had on so many people around the world. We got together as a way of saving ourselves, but ultimately through the music and the brutal honesty of the lyrics, we ended up saving so many others along the way. What more needs to be said about this documentary? It is going to be incredible. I'm a huge Life of Agony fan. Many people are a huge Life of Agony fan. There's been incredible music, incredible stories in this band for so many years, and it's one of those where I'm really gutted that they've had to pull out of Bloodstock 2021, obviously like a lot of other bands, because they were one of my most anticipated watches. But hey, they'll be back soon enough, and this documentary, 90 minutes of just peeling back the layers on such an influential band, is incredibly exciting. It's one that I'm already thinking, like, I've got 2 weeks off, man. 2 weeks off from work. This is something I have to check out. Falls within that window. I cannot wait to do it. And, tickets are available now. So make sure you check this out. We now go to something a bit different, and we're talking about the Bristol-based new metal 5-piece NOIR, N-O-I-R, who evolved their sound from the hardcore roots to create a modern fusion from a host of genres. They take deep inspiration and the name from film noir, often characterized by cynicism, intricate plots, and existential philosophy. They've had 4 previous successful singers under their belt, 7 of which we've reviewed over on the site, and incredibly, they've achieved more than 100,000 streams on Spotify, so congratulations, Noir, for that. Their innate blend of rap and metal draws an array of influence, including emo, hip-hop, dark pop. This has resulted in a signature reimagination of the dirty word nu metal. Their upcoming single, Phantom, It's due for release May 7th, 2021, and it captures this sound perfectly. Produced, mixed and mastered with Josh Gallup, Foxjaw, at Stage 2 Studios in Bath, Phantom challenges and explores the honesty and authenticity around the artist's image. Established artists showing a diverse variety of personalities, with some being completely transparent about their feelings and life stories, and some being the opposite, creating new identities or writing about fictitious situations in order to seem more appealing or interesting. I'll imagine many of us have read both styles of writing over the years. The band explains. Phantom explores these ideas and reflects this back onto noir. The song is intuitive about who noir is, and comparing the honesty in our music to the persona we have created as a band. Noir isn't 5 individuals, but one personality, blending elements of the individuals into one character. The song questions our authenticity, and the lyrics directly reflect where we are as a band. Sounds super, super exciting. Spoilers, I have actually heard this track, and it is probably the best thing this band has done so far. There's a music video coming as well, and it's portraying Plato's allegory of the cave, with an emphasis being on shadows and silhouettes created by the band. The video challenges their own honesty and authenticity within their music. Often we can believe an artist is being honest. I mean, everybody loves to say that music is real and honest. Whether they're really depicting a story which appears to be true to the world, but in reality just casting shadows on a cave wall. Phantom, this is very important. Phantom is taken from the upcoming EP, Are We Really Alive, due for release later this year. So finally, we're moving on from the singles. We're going to get a whole EP. Can't wait for that. Are We Really Live? It's the premiere to Noir, illustrating contemporary dynamic revival of heavy music, conveying themes of depression, anxiety, addiction, anger, distrust, unity. Are We Really Live shows the different musical aspects of their sound through trap beats, heavy metal breakdowns, and haunting melodies. Noir are a really interesting band to listen to. You know, when they were first pitched to me, way back in 2019, it was as a revival of new metal, and I took that with a pinch of salt. I don't really get that excited about that kind of thing, but I ended up really liking them. And here's the thing, new metal's the dirty word, but there are many, many modern bands who are taking those styles and twisting and turning and creating something quite new and fresh, and Noir are doing that. Phantom, it's due for release May 7th, 2021, be available on all major platforms. From Blighty, we go over to Australia, where brand new band Observist are set to make their mark in the heavy music scene of the land down under. Announcing their arrival in late March, Observist burned their previous incarnation as a band to the ground, entered the chrysalis and emerged as something new, something better, something stronger. Now they've announced their debut single as Observist, a tough as nails metalcore single entitled Fragments, alongside a video. Additionally, they're also announcing the release of their debut EP, the aptly titled From the Ashes, which will see its release on Friday, June 4th, with its pre-orders opening on Friday, April 9th. So as of the time of recording, not too long to wait. All of this comes as well at an opportune moment, with the band playing their first shows as Observers, supporting scene legends Alpha Wolf on April 25th. The short vault is also completely sold out already, and it's at Ballarat. The Fragment single and video, according to the band, is about the pinnacle concept of time, the embodied message of what would you do when presented the situation. Will you give in to the ideology of what is expected of you, give in to the mindset that everything is laid out to be a certain way, or will you disconnect, forget everything you know, relinquish all control and just live? Big questions being asked in a tough as nails, heavy as balls metalcore track. The Melbourne metalcore outfit wanted to make a statement with their initial release of music, and as such, the band says that From the Ashes EP symbolises rebirth, rising up from what we once were, which, you know, explains their old band into this, to reveal something even greater. This is more than just a chance to show everyone what we've been working on. This is our chance to start anew, exploring a vast array of topics and themes throughout. No matter who you are, we hope there is a track within this record that connects with a whole bunch of people. Observer's debut EP, From the Ashes, released Friday, June 4th, and can be pre-ordered from Friday, April 9th onwards. The single Fragments will see its release on all digital stores and streaming platforms on Friday, April 9th. Make sure you check this one out. There's a lot of great music coming out from Australia as well. Now on to something bigger and less warm. 2021 marks 30 years since the formation of the extreme metal pioneers Emperor. You probably already know this bit of news already as it did the rounds, but we're getting it out there in this video. Formed in 1991, their game-changing debut album in the Nightside Eclipse set the template for symphonic, bombastic, melodic black metal, while their follow-up record, Anthems to the Wilkin at Dusk, became an instant hit. Both albums I adore. Emperor are a massive influence on my black metal taste, as is most people, I think. Emperor were, of course, a force to be reckoned with, as underground, experimental, and extreme forms of music twisted expectations throughout the end of the 20th century. 2001, can you believe it was that long ago, saw the end of Emperor with their fourth album, the ambitious and labyrinthian Prometheus, the discipline of fire and demise. You know, that's probably one I've given the least amount of listens to. That might be a track by track at some point in the future, I think. So scheduled plans for celebratory concerts have changed shape to suit the times, obviously. Instead, there will now be an exclusive live stream event aptly performed in Nutton Theatre of their hometown, Telemark. The set list will feature tracks from the entire Emperor catalogue, as well as very special guest appearances from the original bass player Mortis, who appeared on the Wrath of the Tyrant demo, as the Shadows Rise EP and Emperor mini album, as well as ex-drummer Faust, who appeared on the As the Shadows Rise EP Emperor mini album, as well as the landmark album, of course, in the Nightside Eclipse. So it's a who's who of Emperor appearing at this show. And words from Emperor frontman Ihsahn says 2021 marks 30 years since the formation of Emperor. With the current state of the world, it has been impossible to go ahead with scheduled plans. We now welcome you to join us in an exclusive streaming event. The show will take place at Nottingham Theatre, 23rd of May. Can't wait. That is going to be so great, particularly as well. I just saw Ihsahn do his Telemark and Pharos live stream events, and they were great. This stream is hosted by Munnan Live, and you can get your live stream tickets at www.munnan.live. The Night of Imperial Wrath 2021. It takes place May 23rd, 2001 at 7 p.m. GMT for us UK lot, 8 p.m. CET. Lastly, last part for this news video, Goad. Goad will return with a brand new album, La Belle Dame, on May 7th, and they are presenting the new song and video from the album, The Queen of the Valley. This track is one of the highlights from La Belle Dame, a great opera dedicated to the ballad written by the English poet John Keats, and the first album with My Kingdom Music, who Goad have teamed up with for this release. Goad, if you don't already know, are a great Italian progressive rock band, confirming their sophisticated, deep and magic sound in a new dimension which is going to thrill lovers of dark, atmospheric music in the vein of Van der Graaf Generator, King Crimson, Genesis, PFM, Procural Harem. There's an eclectic array of names there, but it should give you some sort of idea what you can expect from Goad. And the echoes of nearly 50 years of history are impressive, but Goad face this incredible new musical adventure hungry for all these new emotions. Now, La Belle Dame is now available to pre-order already in CD, Deluxe Box Edition, 2x LP with a release date for the 2LP format being July 16th. So go check all of that for My Kingdom Music. Check out all the other bits and pieces we've talked about in this. We'll have some more news for you coming up in the future. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?